Hi, Chetan
Hello.
Ahimsa, actor, activist,
Right.
someone who wears multiple hats. But it is your tweet today which has gone viral, and I want to understand from you why you tweeted that when you said, if a film star joins BJP, liberals see it as selling out. Why? Because these liberals have already sold out to the establishment political Hindu forces of Congress, JDS, AAP, etc. Those who claim BJP is the only enemy are also our enemy. We must fight entire system of injustice. Could you explain to
Yes.
us?
See, we see what I say is we is the equalitarians who believe in the ideology of Baba Sahib and Tande Periyar in the 20th century, which is equality through justice and rationality as a solution. We see the system as a problem. We don't see the way the Congress and the JDS in Karnataka have created it is that they have created the BJP is the problem, is the only problem, is the overarching problem, is the what you have to fight. That to us is not convincing because the alternatives, which are the Congress and JDS, are also flawed on context to context levels in various ways. And BJP might be flawed in some ways more, in some ways less, depending on the particular issue. So we see the BJP, Congress, JDS, AAP, all these as problematic. The political Hindu parties of Congress, JDS, and AAP as maintaining the status quo, and the BJP as a Hindutva, hate-based, lie-based political agenda also is problematic. The solution is to fight the system. So when the actor Sudeep said that he would like be a star campaigner for the BJP, then a lot of liberals, even celebrity liberals, came out and said, "Oh, you're sold out to the BJP." If he would have joined with the Congress or the JDS, they wouldn't use that word "sold out." We see anybody who sells out to these political parties ideologically. Sell out doesn't mean financially. Selling out
So,
ideologically as
so
problematic.
Chetan,
And
you
you're
are
already
essentially saying that this is hypocritical argument to make. If same Kichcha Sudeep, who was in fact being wooed in by DK Shiv Kumar, Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee chief, if he would have managed it and Kichcha Sudeep would have chosen Congress as his side, not the BJP, then the reaction would be different.
Yeah, I mean, from a lot of the celebrity liberals and the so-called people who see the BJP as the problem, the overarching majority of society, I would say, would see it a lot differently. See, BJP is seen as a Hindutva ideologue party. Now, the party seems to be giving in a little bit to its ideology and accepting somebody who's not so ideological and Sudeep for media headlines, for garnering people support, which the Congress and JDS have always done. But if these celebrity liberals would not have a problem with Sudeep extending support with Congress JDS, but they have a problem with him extending support with BJP, we see this as problematic. The system is the problem. The system of inequality and injustice is the problem. So none of these political parties in Karnataka in the election coming up, the mainstream parties, offer a credible solution. We need a solution. We have a solution: equality, justice, and rationality. We need to bring that into play. And so we don't look at it hypocritically. If so, we want people such as film stars, anybody should not talk less. They should talk more. We should see what is in their heart. We should see how much they care about society. So Sudeep, we're happy that he's talking in his own way. If people can vote on the basis of something as accidental as caste, which is what people do. They don't just cast their vote, they vote their caste. There's nothing wrong in Sudeep from a personal affinity joining with
Okay.
Mr. Bommai because of his personal affection. I mean, it's just as
Yes.
believable as a reason or just as unbelievable of a reason.
Yes, I'm going to talk about caste in just a bit because he comes from this caste which is very critical for the BJP, the Naika community. But before that, Kichcha Sudeep is trying to make that distinction. He's saying that he's neither contesting nor is he campaigning, but he's campaigning for a dear uncle, that is Mr. Bommai, because someone who has supported him during his tough times, during his struggling days. We have seen in the past how actors have backed individuals rather than a political party. Could that be an equation here? Personal is political, yes, but political can be personal too.
I'm not denying that Sudeep has an emotional bond with Mr. Bommai. That is something that even 2 years ago, when Mr. Bommai became chief minister, it was out in the public. But Mr. Sudeep is not somebody who is only connected to Chief Minister Bommai. In the past 5 years, I've seen him when last election. There are photographs with him and Siddaramaya. There are photographs with him, if I'm not mistaken, with Kumaraswamy. This time, there are connections with him and DK Shivakumar. Now, he has also made statements where in the election, in the Corona time, where he supported the pseudoscience promoted by the central government in terms of COVID and removing COVID through clapping and various methods. He has also questioned GST. I am not convinced by his political acumen, although he's a fantastic actor. I am not convinced by his political acumen. I do see him as trying to get a political foothold in his own ways through emotional connections rather than ideology. We stand for ideology. Individuals join politics or join campaign for politics for various reasons. And I believe his reason of being grateful to Mr. Bommai, who stood with him in the difficult times, is a credible reason and is a believable reason. And he believes in it. So I have no problem with that. But am I
Okay,
saying
so
that he has no political footing elsewhere? No, because he is also seen to be connected with other political representatives of other parties too. So it's not the first time that he's coming into the political arena.
So there are certain articles that have been written which says that caste is the angle which the BJP is looking at rather than the star value that Kichcha Sudeep brings into, because he comes from this very crucial Naika community, which is dominant in 15 assembly constituencies.
See, the Nayaka community are a part of the ST community, and we fight for a lot of Adivasi rights. And the Nayakas are a part of that Adivasi ST. There are a vast majority, if I'm not mistaken, at least 4 to 4.5 out of the 7.5% of Adivasis are the Nayaka community. Sudeep, why he's a unique kind of film actor is, of course, he's a very big film personality, and he has his own star base. But at the same time, he is somebody connected to his birth community. In that, as I travel across Karnataka and we work for an equalitarian paradigm, I see that in many places that have a large Nayaka population, that Sudeep is glorified and respected. So Sudeep, along with a lot of film watchers and film enthusiasts, does have some kind of compelling support from the Nayaka community. Now, to what degree that is going to influence the BJP and the Nayaka community, to be honest with you, for many years, the Nayakas have shown a proclivity to the BJP because of whether it be Valmiki or Ramayana or whatever the reasons might be. They have shown a proclivity to the BJP in the past. Sudeep is an interesting person because it's not just as a headlines grabber, not just a crowd puller, but he does have a community. But at the same time, even if the Nayaka are influential in about 15, which are the ST reserve, Sudeep is not running for election, and there's nothing to say that he is going to run from one of these ST reserve, and there's nothing to say that he's going to campaign in only these ST reserve. So it is it might be a macro level support that he gets from the Nayaka community, him being a part of that community, being born into that community. But it is also, I would say, it is more as a star campaigner, which I don't personally believe will be that influential in terms of shifting the voting, but it will definitely be influential in terms of grabbing headlines, in terms of bringing the media in terms of bringing crowds, in terms of people talking about it, which is what the BJP seems to want. And they seem to be forsaking their strong Hindutva hardline ideology for the sake of somebody who will bring them a lot more shutterbugs, maybe.
Last question, Chetan. What kind of impact are you seeing? I know you have responded to this, but immediately, because there will be a lot of interest around him. There was certain buzz that said that perhaps somebody from his family would contest, but may not him immediately. But in the long run, he has chosen his side, which is the BJP.
See, I don't believe Sudeep has chosen a side that is the BJP. I see that Sudeep in his whole interview, he clearly makes the expression, I am doing this for Mr. Bommai, who is a mama, who is an uncle, I have a personal kind of affinity and an emotional bondage with. He has never said that he expresses that he supports the ideology of Hindutva, but he has also never said that he supports the anti-Hindutva ideology of Congress or even the regional kind of family-based, caste-based dynamic of the JDS. He seems to be trying to get a foothold wherever he sees possible. I'm saying I look at him more as a status quo political enthusiast and somebody who has an interest in politics and also has an interest in personal connections. Now, what he's going to do in the long run, I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. Once you take a stand as a celebrity and as a film actor who is supposed to be a part of everybody's kind of, it's supposed to be a part of everybody's life in terms of celebrity, in terms of what they like, in terms of what they stand for. Once you take a stand that I will be a campaigner for the BJP. Now, as an individual, I don't have a problem with him taking a stand anywhere. I want him to take more stands. I want everybody to take more stands so that we know what's in their mind and heart. But the Karnataka people, there's going to be some outrage and a lot of disappointment from a lot of the people who have liked Sudeep all these years and see him as a very talented actor and as a big star, and they might be supporting the Congress, the JDS, the AAP, the Communists, even our equalitarian, and many other things, that they will say, I still like Sudeep as an actor, but I don't agree with him politically.
No, no.
And to what degree that will affect his box office returns, I don't know, but there will definitely be some disappointment, and that disappointment is already showing. But that is a price to pay for expressing your opinions. We need more people to express their opinions. We need more people to stand for their convictions. And film actors should not just be all about money. They must be about the benefit of Karnataka. And Sudeep even today expressed that he likes certain things about the Modi government. I don't know what he doesn't like. He didn't really go into details, but maybe in the future
Yes.
he will talk more and we will get a truer understanding of what he stands for. And that's good for the people of Karnataka, and that hopefully more people from the film industry, Kannada film industry, take an active role in fighting for the rights of people and a better society.
Thank you so much for your time, Chetan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.